This ain't financial advice. The cryptocurrency wars rage on. Many famous rivals in history we've seen. Muhammad Ali had George Foreman. Tesla had Edison. Jake Paul had Deji. Bitcoin had Ethereum, and Ethereum had Cardano. So here we are today, the markets. Let's tune in here. We're going to look at CoinGecko, which I call CoinGhetto. And if we see right here, Bitcoin's about 47,000. ADA, roughly $2.79. Tether is always trading sideways. One day that coin is going to break up or break down. Solana pumped, dumped a little bit, down 2.3% on the 24-hour. That thing's been getting some heat. So if we go to this tab right over here, Hoskinson says that we are green for go with the Alonzo hard fork. Here we are. Moment of truth. Been reading a lot about this. Some people say that in this crypto war, this crypto rivalry, you look at something like Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Okay? Can Ethereum overtake Bitcoin? And a lot of people have different opinions about this. Somebody from Goldman Sachs said it's inevitable based upon the utility that Ethereum offers. Other people said it could happen, but it may take 4 to 5 years. And some people are saying it will never happen. Bitcoin maxi, Bitcoin maxi, Bitcoin maxi. But they also mentioned in that article that Ethereum, our beloved Ethereum, will not be ready for proof of stake until 2022 or 2023. Interesting. Very interesting, because we've recently seen the London hard fork, and the London hard fork has not made anything significantly better. If anything, it's made things slightly worse, because if we take a look here on this screen, we want to trade one Ethereum for one inch. I would have named it 9 inch, but they named it 1 inch. If we had traded one Ethereum for for 1,125 1 inch, and we will go up to our MetaMask right here, and we say, hey, let's get a little 1 inch, some 1 inch. Let's just test the Ethereum's fees. How are they doing? Let's review the swap. This is a proof of work system that has unlimited supply. Okay, so we can get 1,111, and that's only going to cost me, wow, $129, and it just changed. So that, okay, max fee, $399. That seems affordable. I literally just looked at this thing a moment before I brought you guys on, and they said the max fee was as high as $800. Could you imagine doing a $3,200 transaction and paying a $300 fee? Well, decentralized exchange, we cut out the middleman, and we're paying more. I can't even personally imagine paying a $332 fee. See, it just changes. $100 fees. Looks like we're going down. Wow, what a deal. Oh, it just changed again. So that's the problem. Ethereum, hopefully they can implement their proof of stake by 2022 or 2023. You guys know how blockchains go. They never have delays. So here we are in the crypto wars, watching it all unfold around us. Cardano coming in with smart contracts. Many great products going to launch off of Cardano. And I had an interesting conversation with an older gentleman last night. He's been in the fintech space. He works with PayPal. I can say that. And it was interesting because he didn't really have a great understanding of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. I mean, he had a basic understanding, and I can respect that. But he didn't know the difference between proof of work and proof of stake, because he was saying, no, it's used by, of course, the classic argument, it's used by criminals. Okay? It's not scalable. I was like, well, do you know about proof of stake? And I informed him about the proof of stake and why that was valuable. Okay? Now, I was thinking about it during our conversation, and I said to him, with your bank, do you really have ownership of your money? I mean, I know you have an account with your name on it, but if the government really just wanted to take your money, could they? Like, would you really have any control or any recourse over such a thing? I mean, if you look at what's happened over the last 2,000 to 3,000 years, how many times have regimes changed? How many times has power shifted? How many times have people come into power and taken everything from people? Remember in the United States, they forcibly bought back people's gold, okay? That wasn't like a choice that people had. Do you think they sent them a 2-year warning? Hey guys, just so you know, government's coming. No, they didn't. They just took it, okay? And if you didn't give it to them, you went to jail. But with crypto, you own that. It's not in somebody else's wallet. It's not in Bank of America's wallet. It's not in some bank lending it out wallet. It's sitting right in your wallet, and hopefully, it's sitting in the Nerd Pool. Nerd Pool doing great things for us. If you guys want to come and stake with Nerd, we would love to have you. We have the pool IDs right here for Daedalus and Roy. We are sitting at 20,732,066 Cardano staked. That is huge, brother, sister, or whatever you identify as. Big shout out to all of our newest delegates. We're minting blocks left and right. Active pool, getting some action. Shout out to the 3,300 ADA that came into the pool last night. Shout out to the 59,862 ADA that jumped in with the nerds. And big shout out to the 96 and the monster that came in of the 287,000 that just jumped in to the nerd pool. Thank you very much. You are a legend, sir. And so are the rest of you nerds. You guys, I'm so darn proud of you. We did this together. We decentralized Cardano together. We played our small little role in this. And as we move forward, as we grow, we are going to continue to create content to onboard more people into Cardano. I recently got a letter from someone. Well, it wasn't a letter, it was an email. Oh, right. Didn't emails replace letters? Novel idea. Got an email from someone saying, Scott, before I came onto your channel, I never owned any crypto. My son was watching it, and I was like, hey, what is that? And I started watching it, and I thought you were kind of funny. And I went down a rabbit hole of your videos. And now this person owns several 100,000 Cardano, which are staked in the nerd pool. Now, think about that. You guys have created the nerd node with me. Without this node, I could not produce all these videos and bring on new people like that. It's kind of like the spread is the spread is the spread. The more people who learn about it, get into it, and then they tell someone, and then they tell someone, and that is the purpose of this channel, Cardano education, cryptocurrency edumacation. And I just want to say thank you to all of the amazing delegates who've been in the pool, because you guys are the ones who have made this happen. You guys are the ones. I wanted to share this little fun video. If you guys have never seen this, this is a great video by Milton Friedman predicting Bitcoin in 1999. Here we go.
Reducing the role of government. The one thing that's missing, but that will soon be developed, is a reliable e-cash, a method whereby on the internet you can transfer funds from A to B without A knowing B or B knowing A. The way in which I can take a $20 bill and hand it over to you, and there's no record of where it came from. And you may get that without knowing who I am. And that kind of thing will develop on the internet, and that will make it even easier for people to use the internet. Of course, it has its negative side. It means that the gangsters, the people who are engaged in illegal transactions will also have an easier way to carry on their business.
Very accurate. Yes. Is Bitcoin used by criminals and gangsters? Yes. Is cash used by criminals and gangsters? Yes. Currently, more outlaws, criminals, gangsters use cash for their transactions than Bitcoin. Look, okay? Criminals and gangsters are not what make Bitcoin. Okay? Crypto is just another way of transacting value from one person to another person. Milton Friedman, famous economist, called this years ago. And people in the deep internet space, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the HTTP 402, never really came to fruition, but ultimately what it was they were predicting that there was going to be some type of online transfer of value. And it just makes perfect sense. Why wouldn't there be? Imagine you can own some type of eCash that A can send to B. Well, now we've already got that. We got Bitcoin. We got the Dogecoins of the world. But does anybody really want that when you could have something that it was more efficient, more scalable, and that you could actually build decentralized applications on? Now, look, just like the eCash, there's going to be positives about a decentralized application, and there is going to be negatives about a decentralized application. During my conversation with that gentleman last night, it kind of occurred to me, think about it. What if there was a decentralized dark web? What if there was a decentralized child pornography? Okay, those things would have to be in some way regulated. They would have to be in some way controlled, okay? And that's why when we see projects like Cardano that has a roadmap leading to a governance system, a way to somehow regulate it, that gives me a feeling that we're moving in the right direction, okay? Because I believe human beings are inherently good, okay? Unfortunately, I think greed can corrupt people. But I think with a democratic and diplomatic voting system built into the infrastructure of these blockchains, I truly believe that good will prevail, because most man and most women know the difference between right and wrong. Okay? Will it come with its problems? Will it come with its growing pains? Of course it is, and we are watching it here. But don't think for a second that institutions aren't recognizing the value in these smart contract platforms like Ethereum, like Cardano, like Solana. Okay? The inflows of the money from these institutions has gone up incredibly. If you read through this article right here, it's going to cue you in on really what's going to happen in the future. And what's happening in the future is just something that people predicted in the past. Okay? It's now all coming true. Just like they said, one day we'll have electric cars. Just like they said, one day we'll have phones that you can FaceTime people on. But hey, we didn't have that 15 years ago, did we? I had a Qualcomm phone. No text messaging. But here we are. And technology moves faster than you could ever imagine, okay? A lot of us grew up with rotary phones. Remember doing this on the phone, okay? To call your friend, you had to unwind the cord, okay? If somebody didn't want to talk to you, didn't unwind the cord, and you just kind of stayed there like, hey, what's that? Okay, gotta go. Well, nobody's doing that anymore. So, folks, wanted to share my 2 cents on cryptos today. Oh, one last thing. Somebody was asking about how do you take profits? Well, personally, my own method has been dollar costing averaging into the market. You might put $50 a weekend, $50 a weekend for several months, several years. That's probably, in my personal opinion, the best way to take profits. Dollar costing out after you dollar costing in. That way you get the average best price of the high market if you were dollar cost averaging into the low market. Folks, no FOMO, and always do your research. And if I don't see you, I'll see you on the internet. I'm out.
Steak with nerd